All right, for more on this, let's bring in defense attorney and prosecutor Joshua Ritter and Donna Rotunno, criminal defense attorney. Every time we do this story, I feel like I need to have a shower afterwards. But the question is, and Donna, why don't you start us here? Did the prosecution prove its case? It's clear that there was abusive, perverted, and disgusting things happening. But he's charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges. Did the prosecution prove that?
I think that racketeering charge is going to be difficult for them. It's difficult for most juries. It's hard to understand. I think that there was enough holes poked by the defense to say it's possible that they are not going to come back with a guilty on that racketeering. I also think the prosecutors made a grave error in dismissing counts yesterday before the case goes to the jury. I think it opens up the defense to make lots of arguments as to why, and if they couldn't prove some elements, maybe they can't prove others.
All right, let's go to what you just talked about there. The prosecutors streamlined the jury instructions. What they did was they removed instructions on the charge related to attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. But former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani says the following: there are no charges that are being dropped. The prosecution's legal theories are essentially the same. The government is no longer pursuing the attempted kidnapping and attempted arson as predicate acts for racketeering. The government is arguing that Combs sex trafficked the victims, not that he aided and abetted others to do so. They're simplifying the charges for the jury. This really doesn't change anything. Joshua, to that you say what?
I tend to agree. Listen, it's not entirely unheard of to dismiss charges before you go to deliberation, before you make arguments to a jury. But I wouldn't say that it's common. But if it is to streamline the case, if it is to simplify things for the jury, then that's a very good strategy, because the last thing you want is jurors struggling over counts that might be more difficult for them to understand and get their heads wrapped around, and get caught up on that and maybe perhaps confused by everything. If you go to them with your stronger counts, the things that you feel like you've proved emphatically, then maybe that overall has a holistic effect on the case and making it stronger for them.
Criminal defense attorney Eric Faddis, Donna, agrees with you. Here's what he told Fox News Digital, quote, "This move by the prosecution significantly limits the underlying crimes the jury can consider in deciding if Diddy is guilty of RICO, thereby reducing the scope of the RICO charge and the case more generally. All things considered, I think it makes it less likely that Diddy will be found guilty of RICO." I mean, when you go over this trial, and it's just been weeks and weeks of things that just make your skin crawl, the defense is saying, look, might make your skin crawl, but it was consensual. That the fact that they've now removed the jury instructions on these three charges, does that leave us all with a huge ick factor? But maybe not with a unanimous verdict by the jury?
I think it does. I think what happens is it opens up this question as to, if they couldn't prove these predicate elements, why bring them up? And I think it makes the prosecution look sloppy. And whether or not they wanted to streamline the instructions, if they thought that they had met those elements of those predicate offenses, I can promise you they would have moved forward. I am no Diddy apologist, but I absolutely believe in one's right to a fair trial. And I don't think when you put this information out in front of a jury and then don't let them consider it, but you've put out the fact that he's committed arson, you put out the fact that he's kidnapped an assistant, and then you say, oh, you know what, you don't have to worry about that now. I think that's extremely prejudicial.
Yeah, I mean, when we look at the video from 2016, that awful video of Diddy beating up his then girlfriend, I mean, that would seem to suggest that a battery charge might have been something that would be easy to file, but I assume that the statute of limitations would run out on that. And besides, the prosecution was going for bigger fish here.
Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. The statute of limitations did run on that. Also, it's a state charge. It's not a federal charge. And so, you know, they are using that to show the force and the coercion as part of a criminal enterprise, not necessarily that he was a batterer.
Now, so Josh, how do you think this ends up?
I agree with Donna that the RICO charge is a difficult charge for jurors to understand, even when it's a strong RICO case, even when it's a traditional RICO case dealing with something like the mafia. Here, they're trying to help jurors, or they have to help jurors understand how do the private acts of one individual, his selfish acts, his need for power, his sexual desires, how do those all play a part in a criminal enterprise? Meaning not just him and not just his own personal desires, but an overall criminal enterprise. I'm not saying that the elements do not fit. It's just it's going to take some creative arguments on the part of the prosecution to help jurors understand that.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on closing arguments, and we'll find out at some point in the not too distant future what the jury thinks about all this. Thanks, folks. Really appreciate you coming by today.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.